I'm so happy you brought up the household cleaning products and just that lifestyle of sort of living naturally, because we've obviously used a lot of essential oils in our house. And, when people think of essential oils, I think the first thing is always the aromatization, or, what's happening behind you, right, with the aromatizer. And then, of course, topically is another avenue that people tend to explore essential oils with. And then, of course, home cleaning products, beauty care products, et cetera, hygiene. My question to you is, in terms of like oral ingestion, that's something that's kind of like newer to us, because I think we weren't really taught that in medical school. But I'd love to get your take on the oral ingestion of the essential oils and really how that plays a role compared to the other vectors like the skin or inhalation.
Yeah. And so the number one controversy in the aromatherapy industry is ingestion.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you, there is no debate on it. A, it's evidence-based. B, the text and the aromatherapy essential oil manuals explain and teach it. But the reality is it's about safety. And so what you'll see is some aromatherapists who teach people shouldn't even use essential oils unless under the guidance of an aromatherapist. And I feel that's very restrictive. And then you have other folks on the other end say, well, just put a drop in your mouth and go at it. And there's got to be a balance there. And the balance is, for anyone concerned about using essential oils in your house on any level, if anyone's concerned about consuming essential oils, I just want to put the ball back in your corner for just a second and think with me. Just like people might be concerned about using essential oils in their cleaning products because they're afraid of their pets. I hear that all the time. Well, what about my pets licking the floor? Well, are you afraid of Clorox? Because they're not. And they don't think like that. They're like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm not really afraid of Clorox, but I don't want to use this oil base. Or same thing with the aerosols. Well, you're afraid that your baby is going to have a reaction to an aromatherapy diffuser, but you're not afraid that your baby is going to have a reaction to that toxic wallflower, that plug-in. Same thing with food. Up to 50% of all essential oils manufactured on the planet, again, half of all oils manufactured in the planet are used by the food and flavor industry. What do you think flavors your Coca-Cola? What do you think flavors your peppermint mint patties or your lemon bars? It's either a synthetic or a real essential oil, but the difference is parts per million. So it's dosing. So putting one, and we teach this all the time, and we have a chapter in the book about fatty liver. Now, no, essential oils aren't going to cure you of fatty liver, but you know what research suggests? That certain oils like lime oil can actually help, and spearmint can actually help your body and help your liver heal, literally help reverse liver damage, not liver disease, but liver damage due to chronic stress and free radicals. Well, we add a drop of, let's say, spearmint in our matcha green tea latte to have a nice culinary dose, a culinary approach to enjoying essential oils. The flavor is great. We get that aspect. But for people that want to like treat a disease, you can. And that's where we get the capsule form. Now that's when we have to start thinking about the drug interactions, because yes, there are known drug interactions. And by the way, my book includes what I know as literally the only chart for the layperson, like the average user, about the known drug interactions. You just can't find this information. I actually hired a researcher, like a certified aromatic practitioner, to help me with this, because there are things you need to be careful of. So when you're putting 3, 4, or 5 drops in a gel capsule and ingesting that, now we're getting in the world of a pharmaceutical approach. And that is very safe, very effective, but under the guidance of max oral dosing. I'm getting this stuff from Robert Tisserand, the founder, the godfather, so to speak, of essential oil safety, from his text, from what the research suggests. You know, there's research studies talking about 3 to 6 drops of peppermint essential oils in an enteric coated gel cap or an enteric coated capsule to help soothe the symptoms of SIBO or IBS in human patients. And so we see this research, and basically what I do is as a researcher, because I'm not a practicing aromatherapist, I'm a researcher. So I'm taking what the researchers are finding in the labs and working with humans and animals, and like, okay, here's what we know about the individual components of these oils. These are max oral dosing, and typically no one wants to go above like 6 to 10 drops in a day. But when you split 3 or 4 drops per dose 3-4 times a day, that's very safe. It's very effective. So the reality is, if you want truly a therapeutic effect, you need to ingest the essential oil. Now, a traditional aromatherapy, as people consider that, AKA inhalation and topical application, they do great. They help a lot of different things, especially the psychogenic aspects of disease and mental health, because of the aroma and the aspect to the effect on the limbic system, right? Where your mood, your memory, your emotions, your autonomic function is. But if you want to really start treating and managing chronic conditions, even pain, joint, like fibromyalgia, what are you going to do for fibromyalgia? I mean, just pain all over the body in sporadic spots, right? You need to look at internally. That's where capsules come into play.